if Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski actually do so, because I think the Democratic strategy right now is to focus on abortion, focus on Roe versus Wade. If they can make the point, if they can kind of scare these two senators into thinking, that he isn't going to uphold it, that he's going to take kind of a radical position on this. Those are the two people I think to watch. If they do vote for him, I think a couple of other Democrats will as well, because we're a couple of months away from the midterms. I think a lot of people in these red states are kind of scared about, their electorate and where these people will go. So I think that these are people to watch as well. But I would focus on these two Republican women.
Gloria, you heard Amy there say, Democratic strategy, what's the strategy going forward? There has been some criticism from Democratic voters that they haven't seen a strategy in terms of challenging the Kavanaugh nomination. From your point of view, has there been a coherent plan to try to stand in the way? Now, some of this, you can't magically make him disappear. All you need is a straight majority under the current rules. Very hard to beat that. But do you see a Democratic strategy?
I don't see a legal strategy. I would have liked something creative. I would have liked to see some legal challenges brought, maybe challenge the ability of these senators on the Judiciary Committee to give their true advice and consent as set out in the Constitution without these 100,000 pages of documents. I mean, I would have liked to see the press force some type of challenge in the courts regarding the freedom of information or First Amendment. I'm just not seeing anything creative. And that's been the problem with liberals and Democrats for the last 2 or 3 decades. So they don't bring in the creative legal challenges needed to take things to the next level.
Final question, if I can, to you, Ariane. You heard Gloria there mention these 100,000 documents that the Trump administration has refused to release, citing executive privilege there. Of course, we don't know really what's in all those documents, but is that a significant oversight there, or does that keep us, the American voters, American people, knowing what's truly in his mind?
Well, from Senator Grassley's perspective, he says, look, Brett Kavanaugh is a child of the email age, and there's thousands and thousands and thousands of documents, more than we've had for anybody else. And he says, look, I've put forward an unprecedented number of documents, and on top of that, you've got more than 300 of his opinions, so why not use that? But Democrats come back hard because they say 3 things. First of all, the White House is says it's going to assert privilege on 100,000 of these documents, which includes those on judicial deliberations. But also there's a whole pot of documents that are called committee confidential, and those are only for members and can't be brought up in front of the hearing. And the problem is the Democrats say it was Trump lawyers and Bush lawyers who called them or designated them as confidential. And so they're going at the core of the process here. And that's what we're going to see erupt probably as early as tomorrow.
All right. Thanks to all of you, Gloria, Ariane, Amy. Coming up, new claims from former Trump campaign advisor George Papadopoulos now contradict Attorney General Jeff Sessions' sworn testimony. This about a proposed 2016 meeting between then-candidate Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin. What does this mean for the Attorney General? Plus, 64 days out from the midterms and a new update in the battle for control of Congress that could spell trouble for Republicans. Plus, a tropical storm is headed for the Florida Keys this holiday weekend, and warnings now extending elsewhere in the southeast. We're going to tell you where it's headed and who may be affected. That's ahead.
Folks, if you look out your window, we're flying over IHOP's delicious international pancake combos.
Sweet tres leches.
Pancakes. Let's back this thing up and take another look.
Go on a